Hi guys, welcome to After Dark with Folu, where we talk about love, life, and all the things that keep relationships spicy, sometimes a little too spicy. Tonight, we are diving into a topic that every couple faces: how to argue without ending up on an episode of Forensic Files. I want to believe some of us watched that. Let's be honest, fighting is inevitable. If you've been in a relationship for more than a week, you've probably had at least one disagreement. Maybe about money, maybe about whose turn it is to take out the trash, or maybe about that one ex who still likes all their Instagram posts. I see you. But arguing isn't the problem. The way you argue is the problem. So tonight, we're breaking down how to fight fair. Because a good marriage isn't one without fights. It's one where fights don't turn into emotional battlefields. Yes. Jumping right into it, I'll be talking about why couples fight, and it's not always about the dishes. First of all, let's get one thing straight. Half the fights couples have are not actually about what they seem to be about. You didn't take out the trash. The translation will be like, I feel like I do everything around here. Or, why are you always on your phone? The translation to this is, I feel neglected. Or another thing will be, you spent how much on sneakers? The translation here will be, are we even financially aligned? So you see, it's never just about the surface issue. There's usually more to it. It's the underlying feelings, frustration, lack of appreciation, or just even being angry. Seriously, feed your spouse before arguing. It helps. But knowing why you fight is step one. Step two is learning to fight the right way. I'm not saying you should not fight. Me as I'm like this, I'm a fighter. Fighter, Fijabi. Oh God. Fighting rules. How to argue without making it worse. I want us to set some ground rules. Because if your arguments look like WWE SmackDown, there's a problem here. I'm not going to support you. I'm not a support. 1. No bringing up 2017. Listen, if the fight is about today, keep it about today. You can't be arguing about the laundry and suddenly you hit them with, well, in 2017, you texted your ex, happy birthday. Let it go, Daniel. Let that shit go. 2. Attack the problem, not the person. Saying you always do this or you never listen puts your partner on the defensive. Instead, say, I feel unheard when you do this. You know, that's a less war zone. It's you just be addressing a lot. 3. The 20-minute rule. If an argument lasts longer than 20 minutes, take a time out. At that point, you are probably just repeating the same point, but the tone is louder. Go cool off. Then come back when you can use your inside voice again. Or just take your keys for the husband and drive over, or take a walk. Then you come back when you're calm. Point 4, don't fight in front of an audience. That means no arguing in front of the kids, no arguing in front of your friends or your mother-in-law, and definitely not in the group chat, because Your friends will screenshot it and discuss it later. Emma yara yini brain. Point 5. End with a solution. Arguing just to argue is pointless. If you're fighting about something, what's the plan to fix it? Otherwise, you'll be right back here next week arguing over the same nonsense. For me, I love people who take ownership, be accountable. Know that you've done something wrong and just address it. Humor can save your arguments. I hope you know that. You need to have spouses or partners with great sense of humor. We want to talk about this. This is more or less like a secret weapon in an argument. Humor. A well-timed joke can diffuse tension faster than an apology. You're mid-fight, voices raised, the tone is really high, and then one of you suddenly goes, "Damn, this is intense. Should we just take our talents to love and hip-hop?" You know, boom. At that moment, there'll be instant reset. Everybody except you are Ndaboski. Or maybe you can even hit them with, "You know what? We should keep fighting after dinner because I'm not arguing on an empty stomach." Something like that. May sound boring, but just to diffuse the whole situation. See, laughter reminds you both that you are on the same team. You are not opponents. I'm not saying arguments will not come. It's going to come. But the way you handle it is what matters. The Fighting Fair Challenge. You all know your girl with the challenges right now. I don't have challenges, so I give challenge. I love a good challenge. So here's yours. The next time you argue with your spouse, try these 3 things. The first one, use a funny, safe word. When things get too heated, say a ridiculous safe word like pineapple or Beyonce. It forces both of you to pause and reset. 2, give each other 30-second mic drops. Each of you gets 30 seconds to say your side without interruption. Sometimes I even use my hand as a mic to my husband. "Oh yeah, talk." After that, switch. Because let's be real, half the reason fights get ugly is because you won't let each other finish a sentence. Your husband is talking, you're talking over your husband, or your wife is talking, you're talking over your wife. No. 3, hug it out. Even if you're still mad, at the end of the fight, physical touch, even if it's just a half-hearted, "I'm still mad at you, but I love you" kind of hug, it keeps the connection strong, even when the vibes are off. You need to learn to do these things. There's an attack in the marriage institution, and we just have to be extremely intentional to make it work. Marriage is a beautiful thing. Whatever it is you see out there, I don't know what it is, but your marriage can work. And no marriage is argument free. But healthy couples don't fight to win. They fight to understand. So the next time you and your spouse get into it, remember, it's not about proving who is right. No, they're not giving any medal for that. It's about making sure you still want to go to brunch together the next day, or even making out that same night. And if all fails, just bring up the time they mispronounced a word in public. Maybe that will lighten the mood real quick. That will be all for tonight. This is After Dark with Folu. I want you all to stay loving, stay laughing, and I'll catch you next time. Bye, guys.